Hi there guys and girls, and welcome to my next YouTube video, which is the top 5 new MKX characters. So, when MKX was coming out, a lot of people were like, you know, I want this character, I want Rain, I want Baraka, you know, I'm guilty of the same thing, you know. We all want certain characters in the game, you know. We all want returning favourites. Now, most of the time, well, in most Mortal Kombat games, the MK team will give you more classics than they will new characters. You know, and if you take a look at this picture of the select screen here, you can see that there's probably 10 from memory, 10 characters that are totally new, you know, that haven't been in a previous Mortal Kombat. So this is the top 5 out of them, which I think were the best. Number 5. So for number 5, we're going to start with Takeda. I think Takeda was a great character. He had a lot of setup and he had a lot of ties to other characters, so ties to Kenshi and Scorpion. So I think that makes him a great character. And the MKX story mode, you pretty much follow Takeda, Tong Jin, Cassie Cage and Jackie Briggs. You pretty much were following those characters through the majority of the story. And playing through the story mode, you got to learn a lot about those 4 characters. So they all got good, very great amount of story time, you know, and I think that made him a great character, that we got to see, you know, all the history with, he thought Scorpion abandoned him, his father, and there was a whole lot, there was more to it, you had to figure it all out, and that makes him a good character. Not only that, he's a lot of fun to play with. He's got some great moves. He's got the whip with the thingies on it, the blades that come out of it. You know, he's got a great look and a great character. But the thing for me that makes a character great isn't the way they play. Like, that's part of it, but for me it's about the story. Like, how good's the story? Does the character look cool? He looks cool, you know. He's got a good story. He's got ties to Scorpion and Kenshi, like 2 classic MK characters. So that's why I put him as my number 5 pick. Number 4. So for number 4, I've got Tong Jin down. Again, Tong Jin ties to other characters, and I believe this is an important thing. You're going to find most of these characters on this list have ties to other characters. I mean, all characters pretty much have ties to other characters, mostly. Tong Jin is a descendant of Kung Lao. He's gay, apparently. That was a big thing. I don't know why, but yeah, fair enough. I have no problem with that. They wove that into the storyline quite well. He thought he wouldn't be accepted in the Shaolin Temple. Raiden kind of had to persuade him to join the temple, and you know, you're a good fighter. You know, it's in his bloodline. You know, descendant of Kung Lao. You know, pretty much anyone in Kung Lao's sort of ancestry is a good Mortal Kombat, or is a good fighter. You know, Liu Kang, the original Kung Lao, the new Kung Lao, the MK2 Kung Lao, now Tong Jin. You know, all in the same sort of family tree. So he joins, you know, and he fights with the other 4 younger characters I mentioned, Cassie, Jackie, and Takeda. He's real cocky. He's got a real attitude problem. He seems to really like say some really fucked up things in the story mode. Not sure what that's about. I guess he's just got problems or something, you know. That comment he says to Jackie about her dad being a revenant or something. He says something to piss her off, you know. And yeah, I don't know. He seems to kind of like setting people off. But at the same time, he seems to be really intelligent and smart. Like, he was the only one that could sort of talk to Kotal Khan in the story mode. He could only communicate with Kotal Khan like the way Kotal Khan talks. Even he says at least one of you can forge words like silver, unlike me who can't forge words like silver. You know, so he's intelligent, but he likes to kind of fuck with people. He's an interesting character, yeah. And the thing that's important is, if you're going to introduce new characters and the Mortal Kombat story is going to go on, you got to be faithful. You can't introduce a new character then he's not in the next one or something, you know. Or if he's not in the next run, there's got to be a reason for it, you know. You can't, like, they had that problem a lot with a lot of the 3D games, you know. And And when I put my Deception video up, a lot of people were saying, I can't believe you like Deception the best. Deception had some horrible characters. It did. But I did reply to a few of those comments saying that most of the new characters I liked, like Ashura, Zombie Liu Kang, Hotaru, you know, I liked those characters. I mean, the bad ones were Dairu, Darius, Cobra, you know, sort of thing. And the problem when you think about those characters, a lot of those characters never went on. They were in Armageddon, but Armageddon doesn't really count because Armageddon had every character in it, regardless of how fucking Mocap was in Armageddon because he was in a previous Mortal Kombat. You know, like, Armageddon shouldn't count. Like, that should be scrubbed. Has that character ever been in another Mortal Kombat game? You know, has Darius been in another one? No. Has Cobra? No. You know, these were characters that were made up. You know, they were lackluster, their stories were pretty weak, you know, and unfortunately that, you know, it's a waste of time doing things like that. You gotta have, when you invent a character, you shouldn't be thinking about the current game, for me. You should be thinking about the next 3 games, or 2 games. Where's this character gonna go? Like, don't just think about him in the now, think about him in the future, and how's he gonna tie into the Mortal Kombat story. So yeah, I really liked Tong Jin, and he's so much fun to play as. I know I said this doesn't make a difference, like playing's fun, like the gameplay's fun, but I'm judging these characters more on their story and like who they are and how their attitude, their personality, how they interact with other people and things like that, you know. But Tong Jin, so much fun. The Bojutsu variation, my favorite, because I don't know why, I can just kind of do MK3 combos and they always work. Like, I know that sounds silly, but whenever I pick another character, I'm like XXA, and it goes just and stops and nothing, you know. But for some reason with Tong Jin in Bojutsu, it doesn't matter what you seem to do, you seem to just get combos out, which I really like. It takes me back to the MK3 days where everything was dialer combo, you know, and that's where I'm at home and with dialer combos. So if you like dialer combos, I recommend Tong Jin. He's a lot of fun. Number 3. So for number 3, I got Cassie Cage. Now Cassie Cage, she was, I believe, the very first Mortal Kombat X character to be revealed. They were straight up front by saying Johnny Cage and Sonya had a kid, and it's Cassie Cage, you know. And as they went on, they changed her hair and stuff because people complained about her hair and stuff. I don't know why. And it became apparent that Cassie Cage was definitely her father and her mother's offspring. So by that I mean she was cocky like her dad, and she was tough like her mum, you know, and she's been taught to fight. She's in the special forces. She has some very, very fucked up X-ray moves where she explodes testicles. She has that fucking awesome selfie fatality. God, I love that fatality. But yeah, again, one of the 4 kids that we follow around the story mode. She's kind of the leader type, kind of like the Leonardo of the Ninja Turtles. She's kind of leading our four new characters, you know, but she's reporting everything back to Sonya and Johnny Cage, who are kind of more like Sonya. And Sonya's such a bitch in MKX. She treats everyone like shit. Even Johnny Cage says it. You know, and yeah, she's just tough as nails. Like, Cassie Cage is very tough. She was a lot of fun to play as. She had great personality. One thing I mentioned, and I remember I mentioned in an old YouTube video, I don't remember which one it is because I talk so much, but there was one video I was talking about, I think it was one of the expectation videos I did for MK10. I said I want the characters to swear because I don't know why these games are so violent and there's no swearing in it. And lo and behold, this MKX did have swearing, and I said, when I did say that too, I said I want it done right. I didn't want them just saying fuck this, fuck that, you know, like me. That's what I do, because you know, that's me. But when they wrote the stories, you know, the swearing was right. It was always in the right place. It was always at the right time. It was when emotions were running high or people were angry or pissed off, you know. And most of our young characters were the ones swearing, which is a thing too. A lot of young people swear a lot more than older people these days, you know. Or I think they do anyway. So I think they did the swearing really well with these young characters, and yeah, I liked it. I really liked Cassie Cage. She was fun. She was a lot of fun, great fatalities. She could be one that sticks around for a long time, I think. Number 2. So for number 2, I've got Devorah. I really like Devorah. Devorah is a very interesting character, and that's because, you know, unlike Takeda, Tong Jin, and Cassie Cage, they're all human characters. Devorah's non-human. She's like, I don't know what the fuck she is. Like a bug. I don't know. Some sort of bug-controlling creature. She has all these insects she can summon and throw around, and swarms of insects, and she's gross. She's like an insect thing, right? She's got weird tentacle things that come out of her. She's got, you know, that lesbian kiss that she gives Melina that eats her face. All those bugs come out of her mouth and eat her. Oh, that's fucking gross. Yeah, so, you know, she's just a great looking new character. We didn't know whose side she was on. At first, you know, she sides with Kotal, you know, but then in the end, you know, it's, she's on Quan Chi's side, you know. And we don't know where she's from. And this could be an interesting thing. I always think it's interesting when they introduce Mortal Kombat characters that are from different realms. We don't want too many humans. We don't want too many Outworlders. We want people from Zatera. We want people from other realms, you know. Some realms we don't even know about, I'm sure. You know, or haven't been written about yet. You know, you don't want to make the world too big, but then again, it's nice when they do things like that. And that's why I like Natara. You know, she was from the vampire realm sort of thing. I always think she would have fit really well with MKX and these characters. She's a lot of fun to play as too, and she made for an interesting story with our bad guy characters. So clearly a bad guy character, whereas our other 3 so far have all been good guy characters. Number 1. So for number 1, the best new MKX character is Erron Black. Now, I'm sure a lot of you already figured this out, because I'm sure I said it in another video, but I really liked Erron Black a lot. And I didn't think I would. When they announced Erron Black, I think I did a video when they announced Erron Black. I think I did a video about it. Like, who's this new guy? You know, I'm like, oh, he's a cowboy, you know. And I like my Clint Eastwood movies, you know. Unforgiven's my favourite, by the way. You know, but I wasn't that excited. I thought he might be crap. He might turn out weird or funny. You know, they might give him some weird sand fatality. Oh, they did. You know, this isn't about the fatalities. He was a great character, and he was really interesting because he's from Earthrealm, as they say in the story mode, but he's gone over to Outworld to work for Kotal Khan because Kotal Khan is employing him. So he seems to go where the money is. He seems to be a great. Yeah, he's a great hunter, and he's a great bounty hunter. Essentially what he's paid for, to, you know, go after people, kill them, stuff like that, you know. The thing that makes him great for me is his personality. He's very straightforward, he's very direct, state your business. You could have got that from one of those stalls over there. You know, why should I believe you guys? You know, remember where you are, you're in Outworld, you know. Everything he says is very quick and to the point, you know. He doesn't play games, he's not about that. He's about, this is how it goes, and this is what the rule is, and this is what, you know, this is what's happening, you know. He's very direct. I think it's very great. I like that. He's a very interesting character. I like that he's from Earthrealm. There's a lot of story potential to develop his Earthrealm storyline, why to go to Outworld. And if you think about it, he's kind of the Bo Ray Cho character, where Bo Ray Cho was from Outworld but went to Earthrealm to train warriors, but then went back to Outworld. He's kind of the other way around. He's from Outworld, but he went to Earthrealm, but he went to Outworld. You know, and you know, maybe he'll come back to our side. You know, who knows? If you beat the game with Erron Black, it says that Shang Tsung slowed his aging process, so he was able to, you know, go after all these bounties. It didn't matter how long it took. He fulfilled every contract, you know, and killed everybody, you know, and yeah, with the patience of a viper, it says. So yeah, that's my top 5. I think they're the best new MKX characters. I didn't like many of the others. I didn't like, you know, Ferritor. I don't like big characters, I'll be honest. I don't like big brawler characters. I find them slow, and they always do too much damage. I like the fact that there was the little lady on the back and that. Like, that was cool, and that was very entertaining. But I didn't like being the big guy. I actually would have just rather play as just her alone, like as this little midget thing, like without Feral or Tor, whoever it is. I think Tor. I think she says that in one of her intros. I'm Barry, he's Tor. You know, and the other characters, they just didn't do it for me. You know, I think the ones I picked have the most personality, the best story. They got the best story, amount of story time in the story, you know, to tell their story, you know. Yeah, so if you think about it, 4 out of my 5 are humans. Aaron Black, Cassie Cage, Tong Jin, Takeda. Devorah's, you know, some insect thing. You know, 2 of them are bad guy. Aaron Black and Devorah bad guy, and Cassie, Kang, and Takeda are all good guy characters. So, as you can see, for me, it doesn't matter if they're good or bad. It just matters about their story, where I think they're going to go in future MK games. All that stuff's important to me. I really want to see them do more with Aaron Black. Aaron Black is definitely the strongest new MK character. Definitely. I see lots of potential there. He's, like I said, he's kind of like Borucho, and they didn't do enough with Borucho. You know, Borucho kind of stuck around. He was in Deadly Alliance, then Deception, and that was good. And they used him well in Deception because they put him in the story mode, and he does a lot of training with you and stuff. You know, and then they brought him back in this MKX Borucho. You know, so I couldn't put him in this because this is new characters, but he was kind of different. It was slimmer, you know, just a bit of changed character. I kind of miss the old Borucho. I think the old Borucho was more fun. But going back to Aaron Black, there's definitely a lot of room to develop this character, and I hope they do it in the future. So thanks for watching my top 5 favorite new MKX characters, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace out.